Okay, so the next three problems, we're going to determine whether the equations of the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So once again, we're not really going to graph these, but what we want to do is we want to get these in slope-intercept form to compare the slopes. If the two slopes are the same, then they're parallel. If they're opposite reciprocals or negative reciprocals of one another, then they're perpendicular. So if we have our 3x minus 4y equals 17, we're going to try to solve this for y. So first we subtract 3x. That gives us negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 17. Divide everything by negative 4. And we get y equals, here we have a negative divided by negative, so 3/4 x minus 17/4. So the slope here is 3/4. So anything parallel to this will have slope 3/4. Perpendicular to this, it would have slope negative 4/3. So the second one we'll write up here. 8x plus 6y equals 17. So subtract 8x. So you get 6y equals negative 8x plus 17. Divide by 6. And we get cancellation here. So we get y equals, simplify this a little bit, we get negative 4/3 x plus 17/6. So we're comparing this slope, negative 4/3, this slope, positive 3/4. Because they are reciprocals and have opposite signs, these are perpendicular. Okay? Same thing on this next one. We want to isolate the y here. So, looking at this first one, we're going to have to get rid of the 6x. So subtracting 6x from both sides. Cancellation here, we get 2y equals negative 6x plus 8. Divide everything by 2. And we get y equals negative 3x plus 4. So the slope of this, negative 3. So parallel line would have slope negative 3. A perpendicular line would have slope positive 1/3, because 3 is really 3/1. So they're reciprocal there. So solving this for y, add 38 to both sides. We get 9y equals negative 27x plus 38. Divide everything by 9er. Cancellation there. We get y equals, now negative 27 divided by 9 is negative 3x plus 38 ninths. Negative 3, negative 3. We have different y-intercepts, so these two lines have the same slope and different y-intercepts. These two lines are parallel. Okay, so this next one here, same thing, we want to solve these or isolate the y. First one, we have y already isolated, so the slope of that line is 3. This next one, if we subtract 12x from both sides, we get cancellation here, so we get 4y equals negative 12x plus 8. Then divide everything by 4. So we get y equals negative 3x plus 2. Now, this has slope 3, this has slope negative 3. They're not the same because they don't have the same signs. And even though they're of opposite signs, they're not reciprocals, so this would be neither. They're neither parallel nor perpendicular. Okay. So here, you'll notice that there are some linear inequalities. This is from a different class. So with these, we're not going to graph the inequalities. We're just going to graph these as if they were equations. That is, we're going to say 3x plus y equals negative 1. If we want to graph this, we could get it in slope-intercept form. So we're just going to graph the line, not the linear inequality. So subtract 3x. These cancel, so we get y equals negative 3x minus 1. So if you see this on your test, just graph it like as an equation. I was able to catch most of these and write it in. But if you're on a different campus, they've already been sent out, and I don't know if you've taken it yet or not. So, at any rate, so we got this in slope-intercept form. We have our y-intercept right here, 0, negative 1. Slope is negative 3, so we go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and over 1. 2 points uniquely determine line. And that is the line that we have right there. So, see you for the 12th and final part.